Imagine you're living 20,000 years ago. No police, no prisons, no laws, no courts, no government, no human resources department asking everyone to share their feelings. Just a small group of people trying not to starve. Now imagine someone in your tribe is incredibly annoying. He steals food, takes credit for hunts he didn't join, never shuts up, and somehow always survives. Today, if someone annoys you, you might complain online. Ancient humans had a much simpler solution: a rock. So here's the question. If humans have always been capable of violence, how did ancient humans stop themselves from killing each other? And more importantly, how did they build societies without wiping themselves out first? Because, when you really think about it, civilization is kind of a miracle. Millions of years of evolution produced a species smart enough to invent cities, but also dumb enough to argue in comment sections. Somehow, humanity survived both. The first thing to understand is that ancient humans didn't live in giant societies. Most hunter-gatherer groups were surprisingly small. Anthropologists estimate many groups contained only a few dozen individuals. Everyone knew everyone. Which sounds nice until you realize it also means everyone knew your embarrassing moments. Forever. There was no moving to another city, no creating a new social media account. If you did something stupid, congratulations. The tribe now remembers it for the next 30 years. And that's important, because reputation was everything. Today, if somebody cheats you, there are laws. Back then, there was something far more terrifying: everybody knowing you're a jerk. Humans are social creatures. Our survival depended on cooperation. A lone human in prehistory wasn't a rugged individualist. He was lunch. If your tribe stopped trusting you, your chances of survival dropped dramatically, which meant most people had a powerful incentive not to become enemies with everyone around them. In other words, ancient humans discovered something modern humans still struggle with. Being tolerated by other people is surprisingly valuable, but reputation wasn't enough. Humans still fought. A lot. Archaeologists have found evidence of violence stretching back thousands of years. Ancient skeletons sometimes show signs of weapon injuries, fractured skulls, and healed wounds from previous conflicts. Humans clearly had disagreements, occasionally very enthusiastic disagreements. But here's the interesting part. Most violence wasn't random, because killing someone came with serious consequences. Imagine you're part of a tribe of 30 people. One person is a skilled hunter. Another knows where to find water. Another can make tools. Another remembers migration routes. Every person is useful. Lose too many people, and the entire group becomes weaker. Ancient humans may not have understood economics, but they understood something simpler. Dead teammates don't contribute much. So while violence existed, cooperation was often the better strategy. Not because humans suddenly became noble, because it was practical. A surprising amount of human morality probably began with people realizing, wait, if I kill Steve, I still have to carry everything myself. This may be one of the most important discoveries in human history. The realization that cooperation creates more benefits than constant conflict. And over time, humans became exceptionally good at it. In fact, some researchers argue that our species succeeded partly because of our ability to work together in large groups. Not because we were the strongest, not because we were the fastest, but because we could cooperate with individuals who weren't immediate family. That's actually rare in the animal kingdom. Most animals cooperate within small groups. Humans cooperate with complete strangers. You trust people you've never met every single day. The farmer who grows your food, the truck driver who delivers it, the engineer who designed your phone, the random person who somehow decided pineapple belongs on pizza. Civilization only works because humans learn to cooperate beyond their immediate tribe, and that ability may have started with small hunter-gatherer groups learning a simple lesson. Life gets easier when you don't murder everyone. A surprisingly powerful insight. But there was another factor keeping violence in check: revenge. Ancient humans didn't need legal systems to understand consequences. If you harmed someone, their friends and relatives might respond. And suddenly, your one bad decision becomes everyone's problem. Humans evolved in social networks where actions had ripple effects, which meant conflict could become extremely expensive. Imagine throwing a punch and accidentally creating a 5-year family feud. Not exactly efficient. So many groups developed customs, traditions, and informal rules that helped prevent endless retaliation, not because they loved rules, because endless conflict was exhausting. Even ancient humans understood that spending every week settling grudges is a terrible productivity strategy. Eventually, something remarkable happened. These informal expectations evolved into social norms, then customs, then laws, then governments. The systems became more complicated, but the basic idea remained the same. Humans needed ways to live together without constantly trying to kill each other. And somehow, despite all our flaws, it worked, which might be the strangest part of all. Because humans are capable of incredible violence. History proves that. But we're also capable of extraordinary cooperation. History proves that too. Every city, every civilization, every scientific discovery, every bridge, hospital, and spacecraft exists because humans learned to work together long enough to build something larger than themselves. And maybe that's the real answer. Ancient humans didn't suddenly decide not to kill each other. They slowly discovered that cooperation was usually more useful than conflict. Not always, but often enough. Enough to build tribes, enough to build villages, enough to build civilizations, enough to build the modern world. A world where billions of strangers somehow coexist. Most of the time. Which, when you think about it, is still pretty impressive. Especially considering we started with rocks.